Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, so I want to get into two things here. One, I'm just baffled because the Zolciak Beerman crew, I knew that they were financially out of touch with how things obviously saving money, where money goes, how money comes in, how to make more money. Maybe they knew how to make more money selling wigs and designer bags. But this next article just threw me for a loop. And then on top of that, we might have some good news from some of our favorite RHONY stars. So before we get into it, you guys know how this works. Do all of the things. I don't even have to say them anymore. And let's get right in.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
Okay, so we've been following, and I know that you saw my video earlier about fake storylines and Kyle Richards and Mauricio and Dorit and a lot of questions. And a lot of these reality TV stars are very smart. I knew when I went into an interview with a former housewife, this was probably 2 years ago, she was telling me about some of her castmates who they pre-construct their storylines for the next season. That way it ensures that they know what they're going into. They know who their target is. It's like some housewives are playing chess while the other ones who get fired are playing checkers. And even Potomac, when they came up with the idea at Andy's baby shower to say that Monique's Samuel's baby didn't belong to Chris. I think that people plant these stories in order to make it like a salacious narrative. So we'll watch the show and it gets the drama going. Because if you talk about somebody's family, you're going to get the drama. But for Kim and Kroy, this is so confusing. We have the police being called. We have a divorce. Not a divorce, but we're still hooking up in each other's beds. But then their daughter is saying that they're going to get back together. Then you cue in Chet Hanks to it. It's also confusing, but what's not confusing is the debt that this crew has. They have a lot of debt and they're trying to fix it as we speak, but maybe this isn't the best way. So Kroy Biermann, and this came out from Page Six, and Kim Zolciak are selling their mansion for $6 million. Let me tell you why this is shocking. Before I get into it, they've been living together amid their contentious divorce, and they listed their 2-story, 7-bedroom, 11-bathroom home on Monday at almost double what it was listed for earlier this month. Now, just to give you some insight, the property was built back in 2008. We have a heated pool, 5 fireplaces, 6-car garage, a full back in-law suite, another separate suite, a big driveway, a chef's kitchen. They have a full bar that's not, it's on the other side of the house. They also have a wine cellar. They have an elevator, a finished basement, in-ground trampoline. They have a game room. They have an arcade room. They have a movie theater, a gym, and a private massage room. So the house is massive. But they bought the house in 2012 for $880,000. Now they're trying to flip it for $6 million. Now, their relationship and economic troubles have been playing out publicly for the past 6 months. And Kroy claimed back in May that it was her gambling addiction that had financially devastated the family. Though they did call off their split and attempted to work things out after they went to church, if you guys remember correctly, he rushed back to court in August to file for divorce for the second time. And then she rushed back to court to say, no, you cited irreconcilable differences and we're hooking up in the same bed. So that doesn't seem like it's irreconcilable differences. Good play, Kim. Good play. Now, he said in court documents filed within his second divorce petition that he wanted to sell the marital home as quickly as possible so that the financially destitute twosome could take the money and each buy separate residences. But Kroy made sure to note that the house was set to enter foreclosure in November, which would mark the second time the property fell into financial straits. If he made anywhere from $15 to $30 million, which is what she claimed on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and you bought a house for $880,000, why are you not able to pay that mortgage? Why would you not buy the house outright? I know that most people don't want to because you don't get the tax benefits, but why not buy $700,000 of it? Leave $180,000 that you get to mortgage. My guess is that they kept on taking mortgages out on the house. As the house was gaining equity, they were pulling more money out of the house in order to survive. That's just conspiracy, but that's what I would guess, because it makes no sense that you had tens of millions of dollars. Plus, that was just based off of what she said from his NFL career. Then you had how many seasons of Don't Be Tardy, your Real Housewives of Atlanta pay, all of your sponsorships, your brand ambassadorships, your social media pay, your appearance fees, any other TV shows that you've been on, those fees. I get it. You have a lot of kids. Shit's expensive, but definitely not living within our means for sure over here. So since then, Kim, who wants the case dismissed because they've had marital sexual relationships on multiple occasions or relations, she's been getting rid of her goods like her wigs and also her designer bags. Now, he's being sued by BMW for $400,000, and she's being sued by Capital One and Saks for $100,000. He's requesting custody. She's requesting custody. He's requesting alimony. She's requesting alimony. This is just an entire shit show. But the fact that they have listed the house for double what they listed it a month ago, you don't want to sell that house. Nobody's going to buy it. Kim Kardashian was trying to list a small house that she had in Calabasas, this little tiny house that she wanted to do something else with. And she was trying to list it, I think, for like $1 million more after just maybe it was like a couple months to a year of having it because it has the Kardashian name attached to it. And people were like, we don't care. They don't care. They don't care about that. But I want to get into some good news. Now, Luann was teasing that they're in talks, her and Sonja, for a second season of their show, Welcome to Crappy Lake. She spoke to Page Six at the Blue Moon Burger Bash event at the New York City Wine and Food Festival on Friday. And she said, there's talk about a next season, so we'll see where they go. Now, she kept kind of mum on the details, but she had nothing but amazing things to say about her time with Sonja Morgan, which, of course, because this just brings in the money. And she said, I don't think they know what to expect, but Sonja and I both grew up in small towns, and our lives have changed. But we are small town girls at heart, so we really fell in love with the people at Crappy Lake. All right. She also revealed that the improvements made to the town, including the dog shelter and the children's playground, are still standing. And she said, we left a lasting and good impression, I hope. Now, fans were wondering if she and Sonja were going back, would they go back to the same place? No. Do you guys remember Simple Life? This is their rendition of Simple Life, which actually makes me think, if I don't know if you guys caught the interview with Bethany Frankel and Nene Leakes, but Bethany pitched a show with Nene called Ebony and Ivory, where they wanted to go to different places, or she thought that it would be great for them to go to different places where Bethany wasn't necessarily accustomed to going, and Nene can show her around, and where Nene wasn't accustomed to going, and Bethany could show her around. It kind of sounds like a more elevated Simple Life, but I'm wondering what the thought process was behind this, Bethany, because I don't know about that one. But for this, them going into these towns and improving things, like it's very different than Nicole and Paris. Nicole and Paris just went into towns and they shut up. They just like literally any job that they had, they didn't take it serious. They put awful writing on the top of like the McDonald's buildings. Anything that they had to do for a job, they made sure that they did the worst possible thing. And Luann and Sonja just have funny banter, and they hooked up with a lot of the residents and the locals, but they still got the job done. I think it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more cotton candy, and it's something that was fun to watch. But I don't want to just give you this and not ask your opinions. So go ahead, comment below. I'm going to post some community tab polls today on channel 1 and channel 2, so you guys can go vote in those. Maybe this should be one of them. Would you guys want a Crappy Lake season 2? And also don't forget that there is no Anchor Watch tonight because we are moving this week. I love you guys. We'll see you next time.